Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited, as we are here on the 1st of June, 2019, to talk everything that took place at tonight's NXT TakeOver. And I loved the show. I thought every single match, and I mean it when I say I thought every single match was really, really good. This may be an unpopular opinion. But I think Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano was better than anything that took place last week at AEW Double or Nothing. I'm just going to say it right now. That may be my favorite match of the year so far. Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, NXT TakeOver 25. I'm just going to go out there and say it may be an unpopular opinion, but hey, whatever. You guys can agree. You guys cannot agree with me. Let me know in the chat if we're online, because YouTube is showing me that I'm online, but then the other thing is supposed to show me I'm online says we're not online. So let me know in the chat if we are actually online, because it's not showing me how many people are here. Very odd. Oh, I think I may know why. I may be on the wrong thing. My fault. Okay, so yeah, we're live. We're good, ladies and gentlemen. So I do want to let you guys know that we have got what is called YouTube memberships here. As you can see with Kristen McNutt, someone who has signed up for a PW YouTube membership. It'll give you a special badge next to your name in the live chat. And also, it will also give you access to use the special PWU emojis in the live chat as well. Right now, we only have 4. Once we do get more people subscribed to the memberships, then we can put even more emojis out there. It only costs you guys $4.99, and Nick and I are going to be doing some exclusive content only for the actual members on the channel. And I think one thing that we're thinking of doing is maybe doing a non-wrestling podcast. We have talked about doing that for a little while. And also we'll do early access to some other things that we do have plans for. So if you do want to sign up and be a member, that's what YouTube calls it, a member, here on Pro Wrestling Unlimited's YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, I don't know why I said it like that, you can go to the actual PW Unlimited YouTube homepage and just click join, and boom, right there, it'll let you join. I do appreciate everybody that has done it so far, and I appreciate everybody that's going to do it in the future, because that is just another way how you can support us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited and help us grow and keep going into the future. Now with that, let's talk TakeOver. TakeOver was an amazing show. It kicked off with Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. You know, going into this match, or the show, I was like, you know what? Start it with the ladder match. Just kick it off with the ladder match. It'll be a good way to get the crowd hyped, and no, this was better. Roderick Strong and Matt Riddle went out there and just tore the house down. I loved it. So Riddle started off the match. Well, he didn't before the bell even rang. Lucas Davis said, yes, I did like Breeze versus Dream. It was different. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but I did like it for what it was. So Riddle starts off coming down to the ring. He does his usual entrance where he saunters down all nice and cool. And he gets into the ring and he kicks off the flip-flops. And Roderick Strong's like, what is this guy doing? Like, he was like, this is wrestling. Like, this guy's a joke. Like, Roderick Strong looked offended by the flip-flop thing when he kicks him off. So, match starts off, and early on, Matt Riddle hits 3 rolling gut-wrench suplexes. They go fight outside the ring at this a little bit later, and Roderick Strong uses a Riddle uses a stare-assisted forearm smash, but eventually Strong dropped his foe with a backbreaker on the apron. I gotta say, Beth Phoenix, what are you doing on commentary? So they're on the apron, and Beth is like, you know, Mauro, the apron is the hardest part of the ring. The apron is nothing but steel underneath them. And my first thing was she's just spitting out these lines, not even talking. She's spitting out lines. I go, wow, I finally understand why Santino was put with her, to do the talking. Sanjay Gupta says Cody vs. Dustin was overrated by Meltzer. No, it wasn't. Being there live for that match, it was not overrated. I agree with giving it 5 stars, and I think Cole and Gargano was 5.5. I'm saying it right now. Cole and Gargano tonight was a 5.5 star match. Maybe 5.25, but I can even see 5.5 for Cole and Gargano tonight. But yes, I don't think that Dustin versus Cody was overrated, not at all. Especially being there live and seeing the match go down and the crowd reaction to it. No, maybe it came off different on TV. I did see it on TV and thought it was still great. But maybe to you who also didn't see it live. So keep on going here with a takeover. So fighting on the apron, and Roderick Strong drops Matt Riddle hard on his back right on the apron. They called it a backbreaker for some reason, but really just a backdrop. Strong got the first near fall of the match off of Uranagi into a backbreaker. Riddle then continually tried to counter with roll-up attempts, and then he put him in the bro mission, but Strong would cut him off. Riddle would come back with a series of kicks, and Strong ducked a penalty kick. Riddle ducked an elbow and hit a go-to-sleep into a German. This should be his finishing sequence. This go-to-sleep into a German was the smoothest thing I saw probably all night. Just the way he hit him in the go-to-sleep, and as soon as Roderick Strong's feet hit the ground, he had him wrapped German, boom, back, boom. Like, it was perfect. Perfect. So, going forward, Strong set up Riddle against the ropes and did a series of running elbows and strikes over and over, bouncing off the ropes, one side to the other, one side to the other, one side to the other. Finally, he would get cut off by Riddle. Riddle would hit it's weird. It's a V-trigger. It's a ripcord knee. They called it both. Moro was like, oh, he hit the V-trigger. He hit the V-trigger. Like, don't call it a V-trigger. That's the name. Just call it a knee. Knee to the face. Riddle then hit a powerbomb and a final flash. Strong then kicked out of a 2 count. Strong got his knees up on a swanton attempt and hit a gut check and slapped on the stronghold. Riddle did get out of the submission. Riddle then got on the bro mission, but couldn't keep it on due to his back being hurt. And I loved that he was really, really selling the back injury. Now, I don't know if I can call it a back injury, but Riddle was selling the back really well to where he would do things, and then he'd have to lose it because he couldn't, hold on or do the move properly because of his back, which I really liked that they played that up. Finally, Riddle did end up winning with a Roderick, which is a cradle tombstone. It's kind of like an inverted styles clash, where instead of the person being face out, they're like belly in like a tombstone position, but then he splashes them down it's like a mixture. It's a cross between a tombstone and a styles clash. I really liked it. He did that after dropping multiple elbows to the face of Roderick Strong, and then he picked up the victory. I really did like this match. I thought this was a really probably perfect match to open up the show. Like I said, I thought going in, you should have opened it up with the ladder match, but no. This match, really, really good to open it up with. Thank you to Wayne Montgomery for signing up and becoming a member here on Pro Wrestling Unlimited. I really appreciate that. So going forward, they showed Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg sitting ringside. They played up how old they are, with both of them having to wear glasses to look at the other's Hall of Fame ring. I thought that was funny. We then got the 4-way ladder match. This match was just crazy, nuts, all out. Holy crap. So, honestly, I thought Kyle O'Reilly was trying to outdo Finn Balor, because Finn Balor did all the I'm gonna kill myself spots in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, but Kyle O'Reilly took some hard falls and shots onto ladders. But let me see. What do I got here? Undisputed Era used a double team at Codebreaker German Suplex on Ford at one point, who crashed back first onto a ladder. Somewhere along here, O'Reilly again accidentally smashed onto a ladder. At one point, O'Reilly was climbing. I think it was O'Reilly and Fish were both climbing up, and the ladder gets knocked down. And what happens? They both fall off, but Kyle O'Reilly falls back first onto the side of the ladder. It just hurt me. So going forward, there was a spot where Blake was trying to stop Bobby Fish from climbing, but Blake lifted him up and powerbombed him into another ladder, and then Fish fell onto him. O'Reilly tried to get some working revenge by using a knee bar to Cutler through the ladder, and Blake stomped on him. Cutler then got the Doomsday uppercut from Lorcan and Birch right before Blake got the Doomsday blockbuster from the Street Profits that looked really, really good. Suddenly, O'Reilly was in the ring all alone. He was there all by himself. And as he's trying to climb, but he's just dead at this point. Barely able to climb. Like the ladder's holding him up on his knees. He stops and he looks. And I'm like, what does he see? Who is? And Jackson Riker comes out. And they made Jackson Riker look like a beast in a good way. Jackson Riker came down and just started tearing through everybody single-handedly. At one point, Jackson Riker took care of Kyle O'Reilly, dropping him into the ladder with a single. I don't remember the name of the actual move it was. He chokeslammed Oni Lorcan. He took someone else back, dropped them onto a ladder. Fans started chanting, "We forgot you." Riker was moving slow, so I don't know if that was like he's hurt maybe, or I don't know what it was, but he did seem like he was moving a little slow. Finally, everybody in this match just teamed up on him. They all took him out, and it took all of them to take him out. So it made him look like a beast in a very, very good way. Finally, it looked like maybe the Forgotten Sons were going to win this match. And Montez Ford did a tope and landed feet first right down onto Riker on the outside, but his leg touched just enough to knock him down. Lorcan then hit his own tope, which hit squarely. Lorcan and Birch gave Dawkins and Ford a ladder sandwich, and then heavily hit Blake and Cutler with ladders as well. The finish of the match did see Fish and O'Reilly, Lorcan and Birch all fighting on the top of the ladder. Eventually, the Forgotten Sons knocked down both ladders, knocking everybody down. Cutler and Blake then tried to climb up and grab the belts, but Dawkins speared Cutler. I can't speak tonight for some reason. Speared Cutler right before he was able to climb up the ladder. Ford then leapt onto the ladder, knocked Wesley Blake off, grabbed the belts. Fans hated the Forgotten Sons, but loved, and I mean loved, that the Street Profits won this match. Forgotten Sons supposed to be heels. They're frickin' heels. Street Profits, the baby faces, they were beloved when they won this match. So I really appreciate the way that this went down. I think it went down the right way. I think it would have been cool to see Undisputed Era win because A, they would have been the first 3-time NXT Tag Team Champions, and B, they would have also, done what they said, be draped in gold. But I don't think it was really needed. I think finally promoting the Street Profits to top guys in NXT as far as the top tag team I did not even mention, on their very first takeover. Great move. Great move by NXT. So then we got the Velveteen Dream defending the NXT North American Championship against Tyler Breeze. In this match, I expected more out of this match. I'm not saying I didn't like the match. I liked the match. But I expected more. I thought this match could have been a lot better. So, on the pre-show, and Morrow brought this up, that Charlie Caruso had called this a dream match because their styles and their characters have kind of been compared over the years. So, Breeze used a rolling half crab early, which Morrow used to shout out Lance Storm. There were some rough spots as Dream bumped off a bunch of punches that looked like they were kind of off. But then they quickly regrouped. Outside the ring, Dream nailed a super kick, which teased a count out. Dream then slammed Breeze's face over and over and over onto the announce table. And they had to do WWE camera work with this because every time Tyler's face went up, the camera moved up. Every time his face went down, camera moved down. So he was going up, down, camera's moving up, down, up, down. It was just a mess. You can give someone motion sickness. So as he takes out Tyler Breeze, slamming him face first over and over and over onto the announce table, Breeze finally just lays on the announce table, and Velveteen Dream goes over and grabs his North American belt and the cell phone that Tyler Breeze uses during his entrance. And he puts the belt in front of Breeze's face, and he goes to take a selfie. He's like, Tyler, look up. Look at me. Smile. And he was healing it up in a magnificent way. Magnificent. And Morrow goes, well, that's a selfie I didn't expect to photobomb, or that's on or see something like, that's not a way I expected it to photobomb, or something like that. It was funny. So finally Tyler Breeze pushes him off, and he hits the super kick, and all of a sudden you see Morrow shuffling through his notes, and he goes, oh, and that's what Tyler Breeze likes to call the supermodel kick. Like, he had to shuffle through his notes to find the name of Tyler Breeze's kick. It's funny. So they go back into the ring, and immediately Dream hits a Dream Valley driver for a near fall. Dream rolled through a flying crossbody for another 2. He then reversed and sidestepped more moves until Tyler Breeze finally hit 2 supermodel kicks. Dream then reversed an unprettier attempt into a Dream DT. Dream then went... Hold on. Let's talk about this Dream DT for a second. Am I the only one that thinks that's a convoluted move as far as it takes way too long for him to set it up? Where he's got to, like... It looks like he's going to go for some sort of like a octopus cradle roll-up kind of thing. And instead he goes for like a DD. It seems like there's way too much setup for that Dream DT. So he then went for the Purple Rainmaker, but Breeze grabbed his ankle to make like, oh, I'm hurt. Ref, check on me. They then did a series of tombstone reversals, and Dream went up top for something, but Breeze threw a drop kick and knocked him off. They then quickly moved on, and Morrow was able to quickly make it sound like part of the match. There was a little bit of a pause here. There was like, uh-oh, what happened? They messed up. Oh, never mind. Breeze then hit another supermodel kick and an unprettier, which everyone bought as the finish, but Dream kicked out. Out of nowhere, Breeze then hit the beauty shot, but Dream quickly rolled out of the ring. Towards the end of the match, the finish was Dream tried to use the title, but Breeze moved out of the way. The ref then snatched the title away, which distracted Breeze, leading to the finish. This was not the Breeze of 2014-15 back in NXT when he was just red hot, but it was still really good. It was better, maybe. I really expected more out of this match. I think the crowd did too. I really liked the Velveteen Breeze is gorgeous. Velveteen Breeze is gorgeous chants from the crowd. But in the end, Velveteen Dream, like I said, retains the title. I know a lot of people thought, hey, you move Tyler Breeze down to NXT, and what way to make him seem like a big star in NXT right off the bat is give him the title. I think they want more out of Dream. I think they expect more out of Velveteen, and they're going to push him. I would not be surprised if by the end of the year he's NXT champion. I would not be surprised. I don't know who challenges Cole at SummerSlam weekend. Was it NXT TakeOver Toronto? I have no clue who would challenge Cole then. But I think by the end of the year, maybe going into Royal Rumble, we could see Velveteen Dream win that belt. I know a lot of people say just bring him to the main roster, and yeah, you can do that without him ever winning the NXT title. But he's a guy that I can really see them putting the belt on and doing some great things. We do know that Ciampa wants the belt back. I forgot to mention this. Ciampa was on the pre-show, got a hero's welcome from the crowd. He said that he's been 12 weeks since his neck surgery. He has been cleared for non-physical, I guess you say non-physical, what did he call it? Non-physical action? He can work out with no limitations, basically, which is really good. And he said that he'll be back soon and that Big Daddy's ready to come grab Goldie. He's like, Goldie, I know you're waiting for me. Big Daddy's coming home. So, I don't know if he comes back as a heel or if he comes back as a babyface, because he got a babyface's welcome tonight for being on the frickin' pre-show. So going forward, we have Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai with the NXT Women's Championship on the line. Shayna showed Io utter, complete disrespect early on in this match, but Io wasn't bothered. Io then went full force with strikes. That ended, though, when Io obviously did not have a problem striking Shayna over and over, and Shayna finally fell to the ground, and Shayna reversed an elbow attempt. Shayna then stomped down on Io's elbow, which once upon a time was an injury angle, and now it's just a move. Also, I hate in the pre-match promo for this, Io was like, Shayna Baszler took out my best friend. Not really. I mean, she did the elbow stomp, but then Kairi just went to the main roster. She didn't take out Kairi Sane. That's what it is. Dylan Nolan said Ciampa stated that he's been cleared for non-impact action. That's what it was. Thank you, Dylan Nolan. So going forward, I don't know how many times Moro had to call Io Shirai the genius of the sky. The genius of the sky. Over and over and over. He wouldn't even say, half the time it's like, he wouldn't even say Io Shirai. He would just say, oh, and the genius of the sky hits Shayna Baszler with a move. No, just call her Io frickin' Shirai. Not everybody needs a nickname. And if they have a nickname, cool. But it's not their name. So Baszler worked on the elbow of Shirai, which at least made sense since Shirai has now, she was having difficulty throwing shots with her right arm. Shirai then finally fought back and hit a 619, which Moro, he said there's a different name for that in Japan. I couldn't remember what it was, but he said that she does that move because of her idol. Show her like some respect towards her idol, Rey Mysterio. So they hit a missile dropkick for a near fall. Shirai then locked on a crossface, which never fails to be awkward. Baszler then got out of it and hit a back suplex. Baszler stood on the middle rope and did a hanging wrist lock, which looked very nasty, but since they're on the ropes, they have to do the rope count. 1, 2, 3, 4, break it up. Jonathan Powell says, just mute the TV if I'm talking about me not wanting to hear Moro say genius of the sky a million times. So, going forward, after she does do the hanging wrist lock, Shirai then hit a picture-perfect moonsault from the post to the floor. Got the crowd on their feet. Looked like everybody jumped up. Shirai then hit a running double knee in the corner and was about to go up top when Jessamyn Duke and Marina Shafir came out. So they come down to ringside. They never got too close to the ring. And Candice LeRae would come down to fight them off. Before the match started, Candice did tell Io, hey, if her girls are there, I've got your back. And they didn't come out with her initially, but they did come down later in the match when it looked like maybe Io could win. Shirai then got out of an attempted Kifruta clutch and hit a palm strike. Baszler almost got it in a second time, but Shirai countered it. Shirai then went for a weird cradle right into a chokehold, like she just literally gave her back to Shayna Baszler. When are these women going to realize? And don't give your back to Shayna Baszler, she'll choke you out. And that's what happened. She gave her back to Shayna. Shayna choked her out. She taps out, and Shayna Baszler's now been NXT champion for 217 days. Here's my question to you guys. Who's the most dominant NXT Women's Champion? Shayna Baszler or Asuka? Who do you think is more was more dominant? They then showed graphics stating that NXT TakeOver UK will be taking place on August 31st from Cardiff, Wales at 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. local time. And if you guys are unaware, August 31st is the same day as the next major All Elite Wrestling pay-per-view, All Out, from the Sears Center in Chicago, Illinois. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to say, well, which one do I watch? Do I watch TakeOver? Do I watch All Out? Well, you can watch them both, because TakeOver is going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then, no, that's if you live in the States, 3 p.m. Eastern. And All Out's going to be hours later. I don't know how we're going to do our review. If we're maybe just going to do one long live stream reviewing both shows, or if we're going to review one, break for an hour, and then come back or something. I don't know yet. But there's also a New Japan show the same night as well, Royal Quest from the UK. So that's 3 major company shows all on the same night. They then showed Stephanie McMahon in this crowd. And if you look at the very corner of the screen, very, very bottom left corner, you see her getting some side-eye from AEW wrestler Britt Baker. Now, Britt Baker was there to support her boyfriend, Adam Cole. I assumed, which came true, that she was there to see him win the title. He was probably like, babe, I'm winning. I want you there. Come sit front row. Here's my question. Did she go backstage with him after? Would she be allowed to go backstage with him after? It's not like she appeared on camera on purpose. So, I don't know. This match, freaking phenomenal. I loved it. I loved this match. Again, I said when we opened up this live stream, I thought it was better than anything that took place at All In. I mean, not All In, Double or Nothing. I think this was an over 5-star match. Their first match, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, 2 out of 3 falls, great. Even better tonight. Instant classic. Crazy thing, though, is Johnny Gargano's the babyface. Got his fans that love him. But this crowd, and most NXT crowds, want to see Adam Cole win. They were, from the onset, more into Adam Cole, just like at frickin' TakeOver New York. They were more into Adam Cole than they were the babyface Johnny Gargano. And that's a testament to Adam Cole and how freaking great he is. I've said it more than once. Adam Cole could be the WWE champion on the main roster, on a main roster with no brand split. It doesn't have to be, he can be the WWE champion on SmackDown. No. Adam Cole is so freaking great that he can be the WWE champion when there's only one WWE champion on the main roster. When the rosters are together, he's that good. Adam Cole could be the face of the WWE in a brand splitless era. I'm going to say it right now. Adam Cole is the best professional wrestler overall in the ring and on the mic in the WWE. Maybe in the world right now. Maybe. Just gonna say it. So early on in this match, Cole was going for big moves early. Gargano just kept getting out and out of the way and moving and dodging and dipping and diving. After that, it slowed down a little bit, though. They fought outside, where each missed just about everything they tried until Gargano finally used a rolling senton from the apron. Minutes later, Gargano used a double foot stomp to the arm of Adam Cole. This was good, because Cole sold it for a little while, and just enough. Cole then finally got the heat with a super kick to the knee, which caused Gargano to fall onto the middle ropes, which he had ascended to. Cole actually followed it up with a missile dropkick to the knee. Gargano then used a tornado twisting STO, but couldn't fully get the impact because his knee was hurting. These two know how to sell injuries. They know how to sell body parts that get worked on. So then Cole kicked out of a slingshot spear. Gargano then leaped backwards off the middle ropes and got caught with a backstabber. Cole then used a burning hammer across his knee for a close near fall. They went basically super kick for super kick with Gargano hitting one. Cole came off the middle ropes for the win in that spot. Or maybe not. Seconds later, the two men, now outside the squared circle, hit simultaneous super kicks. Gargano used a slingshot DDT into the ring. Cole tried to kick Gargano's leg out from under him, but Johnny moved. Seconds later, Cole hit a Yushigoroshi outside of the ring, and then one inside the ring as well, but Gargano kicked out. Cole somehow turned his move, like he was he took down Gargano and then put him in the Gargano escape. And then he put him in the figure. No. I'm thinking later in the match. My bad. I got my notes mixed up here. He put a attempt of a Gargano escape and he reversed it into a figure four. That's what it was. My bad. I apologize. Tortured Gargano here because the knee is played up where Adam Cole had been working on the knee of Gargano for a lot of this match, but the champ was able to roll over and reverse the pressure onto Adam Cole. Cole then ended up getting to the ropes, and the referee broke it up. Cole then pulled down Gargano's knee pad and kicked it some more. Brutalized the knee. Gargano came back with a suicide dive. Gargano seemed to trip up a little bit on the ropes, but Cole took his head off with a super kick. Cole then did a jumping Panama Sunrise, basically a Canadian Destroyer, on the floor, which Gargano eventually kicked out of. When they made it back into the ring, Gargano went for the Gargano escape, but Cole reversed it into his own Gargano escape. That's where I got confused. So he reversed the Gargano escape twice, once into a figure four, and once into his own Gargano escape. Gargano didn't tap out. Instead, he was able to hit Cole with his last shot. He got out of the Gargano escape and hit Cole with his own move. Cole kicked out, though. Gargano then hit him with a reverse Rana. They threw a number of super kicks. This was like a Young Bucks super kick party. I was just hoping Steve Corino was there, and every time, super kick! Super kick! I loved when Steve Corino did that. I know people thought it was annoying, but I thought it was great. Super kick! There's one more for good measure. So they're taking each other's heads off with super kicks. And Gargano went for a suicide dive here. And Cole was frustrated. He had a chair. Drake was trying to yell at him not to use it. Do not use it. And so Gargano went for a suicide dive, but Cole pulled Drake in front of him. After a quick exchange, Gargano hit a super kick into the chair into Adam Cole's face. But there was no referee to see it. Cole seemed to... they both got in the ring, and Cole seemed to signal for the Undisputed Era. Well, actually, first, what had happened actually was Johnny threw Cole into the ring. He went for the pin, got like a 9 count, but there was no ref. So Johnny runs out, throws the ref in the ring, and he turns around to look at Cole, and Cole's like motioning something. So Johnny's like, he's calling down his boys. I'm going to turn around, I'm going to grab his chair, and I'm going to be ready for him. And he was ready to fight off the Undisputed Era. And Cole seemed like he knew that he was getting in the head of Gargano. Nothing happened here as far as no Undisputed Era members came down. Gargano, like I said, was ready to fight him off, but no one arrived. He jumped back in the ring, and Cole hit a pile driver for a 2. Cole went for a last shot again, but Gargano collapsed and ducked it. Well, not really ducked it. He kind of like fell out of the way. Gargano was playing possum and locked on a Gargano escape, but Cole got out by elbowing Gargano in the knee. Cole then hit another Canadian Destroyer and then a last shot to clearly pin Johnny Gargano 1, 2, 3, 16th NXT champion. I mean, we can name them off right here. I got Seth Rollins, Big E, Bo Dallas, Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, Drew McIntyre, Andrade Cien Almas, Aleister Black, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and now, Adam Cole, the only 3-time Ring of Honor World Champion. Also, Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano are the only Grand Slam champions of NXT. Because technically, Adam Cole being part of Undisputed Era was a tag team champion because he did help defend those titles one time. He was the first ever North American champion, and now he's the NXT champion. The only other person to hold all 3 championships in NXT was Johnny Gargano. Well, Adam Cole, I love it. I'm ready for him to come to the main roster eventually. SummerSlam weekend will be his and the Undisputed Era's, well, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish's 2-year anniversary in WWE, NXT, whatever you want to call it. But like I said earlier, I think Adam Cole could be the guy. I don't know if Vince will see it because he's kind of a skinnier feller. But I think Cole is the guy. Could be the guy in the WWE. And like I said, not just, oh, well, stick him on SmackDown with the other guys that are kind of like him, and he could be the champion over there, and it'll be okay. No. I think Adam Cole is so freaking great that he can be the guy when there's only one brand, one world champion. So now, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys thought of tonight's NXT TakeOver. If you guys want to text in your thoughts, you can do so at 510-906-1341. You can also call into the show at 559-475-8473. Again, text messages to 510-906-1341 and call it in at 559-475-8473. We do have a couple of text messages here. Wayne Montgomery in the text line says, what do you think is next for Johnny Gargano? You think he's going to the main roster or staying in NXT? Now, as of right now, Gargano is dealing with a slight injury, so I don't know if that is why they took the title off of him. He could come to the main roster. They wanted him to come to the main roster right before, the same time Black and Ricochet came up. But ultimately, he had to keep him in NXT. But I can see him coming up maybe. It depends on how bad the injury is. Now, I haven't heard that it's severe, but it's bad enough to where they haven't been having him work any house shows. So, we'll see. Oh, I didn't think about this. 985 in the chat says, Adam Cole, Matt Riddle, next TakeOver. That would be amazing. Oh, I like Colby Duran's in the chat. Keith Lee, Velveteen Dream. Why not? Let's take a call. Caller on the air, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Tim. NXT was great tonight. What did you think of the show?
You're asking what I think of the show?
Yeah.
Well, I just talked 37 minutes about it, saying that I really loved it.
Yeah. I kind of got in there late. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the main event was great. Now, with Adam Cole being champion, do you think his next challenger will be Tommaso Ciampa? Since he appeared on the pre-show?
Ciampa's not coming back anytime soon. He stated on the pre-show, quote-unquote, he's coming soon, but it's not really soon. He's still out. Yeah. He's barely been, able to do more impactful workouts, but he's nowhere near being physical in a ring.
Right. Now, the match between Io Shirai and Shayna Baszler at the next TakeOver, I'm starting to think that it may be a no disqualification match or some sort of thing like that.
I got the same vibe because I forgot to actually mention this in my review here, when after the match, Io did beat down Shayna she used both a kendo stick and she did a moonsault with a ladder. So I could see that happening.
Right. Now, another thing with the Undisputed Era, can you see them facing the Unforgotten Sons? The Forgotten Sons.
Say that one more time? You kind of cut out for me.
The Forgotten Sons and the Undisputed Era. Can you see them...
like a 6-man tag?
Yeah.
Maybe. They did play up when Jackson Weicker came out that he's had issues with the Undisputed Era. So, maybe.
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Tim. Have a good night.
All right, thanks for the call. Have a great night. You know, Morrow did play up that Jackson Riker's out here, and he's going straight for Kyle O'Reilly. They've had issues through Forgotten Sons in the Undisputed Era, so maybe. I do want to thank Will the Professor for the $10 super chat donation. He says WWE SummerSlam and NXT weekend main events. Love you guys from North Carolina. You know, thinking about it, and I did like the person in the what's it called? In the text message that did suggest Adam Cole versus Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle did get a win tonight over Roderick Strong. So that could put him in line maybe for the shot at the title. I don't know if they're going to go Gargano getting a rematch. If you think about it, SummerSlam is... What's the exact date for SummerSlam? SummerSlam 2019 is August 11th. So that means we've got 2 months, essentially, that you gotta do a lot of television for. So we could get the if they do a rematch, Gargano Cole, they could do that on television. And then you can go forward with, you know, Cole retains, Gargano moves up, and you go from there. As far as the main roster goes, I'm not 100% sure. I have heard some things they may do. This is unconfirmed, but they may do, with no titles on the line or anything, but Randy Orton and Roman Reigns is something that's actually being advertised. So, we'll see. Jason Nurmroff. Yeah. So, Shayna's getting her ass beat after the match by Io, and the crowd's chanting, "You deserve it," for her to get her ass beat, which is perfect. Because she's the heel that's always beating the babyfaces' asses out of nowhere, you know, with weapons or just whatever. And so she got her just desserts. Just looking at the text messages, getting a lot of duplicated questions. Who I think Adam Cole's going to defend the title against. This person says, do you think they should make Adam Cole special entrance tonight as permanent entrance theme to make him stand out from the rest of the Undisputed Era? Nah, I don't think it's needed. I mean, it didn't stand out that much to me that I didn't even mention it. Person says, who is more ready for the NXT Women's title? You're asking, like, who can be the next challenger? It's a tough one. I've always said that, you know, Candice LeRae would be a good challenger to Shayna Baszler if they ever built her up as any kind of a threat. But she's always the sidekick or Johnny's wife. That's it. Just looking here at the text messages. This person has a good question about Super Showdown. It says, hey, Tim, when are we going to find out who's going to be in the Rumble? It's a battle royal, not a Rumble, but Friday's big pay-per-view. And I don't think they need to name all the names. They don't have to tell us all 50 men. We know that Ricochet's in it. We know that Cesaro's in it. Other than that, that's it. We don't need to know all the names. You just know it's going to be a lot of people. You just know it's going to be a heck of a lot of people. Like I said, they didn't tell us all the names for last year's greatest Royal Rumble. They don't always tell us all the names for the regular Royal Rumble. So, we'll see. Just looking here in the live chat, seeing what you guys are asking. This person says Pete Dunne to challenge Cole for the next NXT title. That would be interesting. Jimmy says Dream versus Cole. I don't know about that because Dream's the North American champion. You don't need champion versus champion unless you're unifying the titles. And no, I wouldn't unify those titles. This person says, who should Dream lose the title to? That's tough. I know they're still building up, even though he's injured, on social media, Dijakovic. And that's somebody that I could see Vince liking because he's a big motherfucker. Eric Tate says, how many hours do you think Super Showdown will be? If If you look at the last two not takeovers, the last two Saudi shows, no less than 4. Jimmy says, what if you lost the North American title? No. Why would you want to give somebody that loses a big match a title shot? It'd be different if you got a rematch for the North American title after losing it. But how can you justify saying, oh, you lost your North American title? Well, now let's give you a WWE title match or an NXT title match. Now, I know you're going to say, well, they did the same thing with Johnny Gargano. He lost the title to Cole and then got an NXT title match. True. But that played into the feud with him and Ciampa. Kushida's not somebody that's ready for an NXT title match in NXT. He's had like 2 matches on the roster, on television. 3 maybe. Yeah, 3. He had the one when he first came in. He had the second one that Gulak was quote unquote watching or scouting, and then he had the one with Gulak. So he's had 3. Nowhere near someone that they're going to give a shot. K-Swiss? No. He says Strong versus Cole. I don't see it. I know they tease the tension, but I don't see it. I really do believe that the best person that they have to challenge Adam Cole, you need a babyface, and it's Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle versus Adam Cole as the main event of NXT TakeOver Toronto SummerSlam weekend would be great. Gorilla Moon, unfortunately, Keith Lee, no. He was out with an injury for a while. He hasn't been really pushed that well in NXT. I would have thought that he would have been pushed a lot more that he has since coming, but unfortunately, no. Wayne Montgomery says, so is Brock cashing his Money in the Bank Monday night? That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Kristen, no. Punishment Martinez, he's been around for almost a year in NXT and had like not even 5 TV matches. Again, somebody else that just you haven't established. I honestly, you guys are throwing out just random names. I think it's going to be Matt Riddle. I think that's a good assumption right there. But here's the weird thing. So if you go and check the NXT live event schedule as far as when they're going to be in Full Sail next, they're actually not going to be in Full Sail for 2 weeks. The next Full Sail tapings are June 12th and June 13th, which is weird because we assumed this week's show is going to be like any after TakeOver show, a recap show. And I also didn't hear of any, because the way they had I don't think they did any dark matches tonight. I could be wrong. With the way they had stuff set up for the pre-show and the actual announce table on the entrance ramp. Excuse me, I can't stop coughing and hiccuping. The way they had the table on the entrance ramp, they couldn't have done dark matches. But thinking about it, this week's show is going to be a recap show like every after TakeOver show. Because usually, you do the TakeOver on a Saturday, you do the tapings on Wednesday, Thursday, and by that following week, you've got content to show new. But they're not even going to be taping anything till 2 Wednesdays after TakeOver, after tonight. So I wonder what they show on that second week following tonight in 2 weeks. I wonder what they show for NXT itself. That's going to be interesting. Are we getting 2 weeks of recaps? Or is there something we don't know? Or is NXTtickets.ticketforce.com just wrong? Again, it looks like they're doing 2 nights of tapings again, which they usually don't. But maybe it could be that they want to do 2 nights and get everything taped up till SummerSlam weekend. Because that could be. Because see, like I said, SummerSlam weekend is in 9 weeks. The next TakeOver is in 9 weeks. They usually tape 3 to 4 episodes a taping. So they could maybe get everything to the next TakeOver taped on those 2 days. Or they can do those 2 and then do one more smaller 2-week taping or something. 2-show taping. We'll see. We'll see what they do tape on those 2 episodes. But again, TakeOver was great. I thought Cole and Gargano was my favorite match of the year so far. I just loved it. I think Adam Cole is the greatest thing going in WWE overall, with or without the Undisputed Era. I mean, Undisputed Era makes him better because he's like this leader that he's got his buddies that follow him in a good way. Not just, oh, well, they're going to latch onto my success. No. So with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here tonight, talking some NXT TakeOver. Again, if you want to help support Pro Wrestling Unlimited, you can do so by heading over to the Pro Wrestling Unlimited YouTube channel. I know you're on our channel right now, but go to our channel homepage. And right there where it says join, sign up to be what they call a member of the Pro Wrestling Unlimited subscriber base. And you will get access to custom emojis in the live chat, a custom badge next to your name that actually, the badges will change over time depending on how long you actually stay a member. And also, Nick and I are going to be putting out some exclusive and early access content for members only, like possibly a non-wrestling podcast if you want to just hear us tell stories. Tell stories from our life, things we're interested in. It should be very, very fun. Also, you can follow us on social media at PWUnlimited on Twitter, Facebook.com/Facebook. I always mess that one up. Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. We'll be live again Monday, following Monday Night Raw. They say Brock's going to cash in. We'll see if they hold on to that promise, because who knows what's going on with Brock Lesnar and the Money in the Bank briefcase. So, hey, if we do hear anything else leading up to Monday's Raw, I'll have it for you right here. TakeOver was great. I fucking loved it. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, guys.